What up, everybody? Um, turn this out again. What up? What up? So, here we go. What up? What up? Okay, so uh, everything does work. Last time I tried to go by YouTube, um, thing, there's no chat, so it was a little bit like talking with no questions going. So we'll be able to chat well for radio. So it's fixed. Um, and then I'll show you over on my Twitter side. Who's on there talking. Um, Obviously, we had a big day. Tomorrow, what we do. The sound is off. Let's see if I can get out of this. Please talk about it. If you can get into my headphones. Let me turn off YouTube maybe. All right, I turned off my Bluetooth. I don't know if it was connected to my headphones or something. Is the sound better? Okay, so yeah. Okay, so it's better now. All right. Yeah, I'd like to get perfect. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'd like to get it because the YouTube live, I guess, is pretty good. It's good to reach another audience also. Obviously, I have a big audience on Twitter, but it would be nice to reach you know even more people. YouTube, I guess, is one of the best. I know people tell me I should do like what Kick or something, Kick. I've never tried it. People tell me I should go live and do that there. Um, Maybe in the future, I'd like to get on during the day. Once my son starts school, it'll be a lot easier. I'll be able to do more plays during the day, get live, talk some plays out. Um, yeah, I usually don't even watch games on TV because I like watching on ESPN because you can see pretty much all the words of everything that's happening. But I actually watched the end of that game. It was very good. Kind of butthurt that it ended because we still needed some guys to get some shots on goal, but it is what it is. Um, Overall, it doesn't hurt as bad. We had a nice day. We hit plus 3,500, we hit a plus 2,100, we hit a plus 600, we hit our 2 unit play, we hit our tennis play, which was like 334. So overall, it was a great day. Obviously, we missed a plus 10,000 odded parlay because Trent Grisham could not get a hit. And obviously, everyone probably has seen the way he got robbed on the first at bat. J Rod climbed the fence a little bit, reached over, pulled back a home run. We had him for a home run also. So it was a double fisting there. But hey, it is what it is. Um, you know, we'll get it again tomorrow. It's the second time though we've missed on the one batter. That's the story of our life. We're always everything we lose, we miss by one leg. Usually we get hooked. So um, it kind of sucks, but I would like to get live more before the games go off. I know yesterday or 2 days ago, I got live, and people were asking me some questions who I'd like to hit a home run, and both guys that I said to hit a home run obviously hit a home run, and I didn't even play them. I think they asked me like Soto or Alonso. I said Soto. Of course, he hit a home run, and they asked me about something else. Yeah, you would think. Now watch him throw 7 shutout innings. Kind of like the other day when the Padres scored like 20 plus runs 2 games in a row, and then the next game it was like, wow, they're gonna destroy this guy, and they got shat on. It's crazy. It's sometimes you gotta like look, and if it looks way too good to be true, it's like either bet the other way or just stay away. Yes, definitely. We'll be doing WNBA. Last year, if you were with me, I didn't do the WNBA until the playoffs. It was just something that, we were having such a great year of baseball. We were crushing baseball. Um, I just didn't dabble in it per se. And then in the playoffs, I was like, let me try one. First day I tried WNBA play, we hit one for plus 4,000 odds. Um, then it was towards the end of the season. There wasn't many games to take. So, but this year I can't wait. I'm excited for WNBA. I really liked doing like you could take the points, rebounds, assists, right? Just say under 15 and a half on somebody, and then you could take her to have like 10 plus points, and it like boosts it like crazy, kind of like we do in the NBA, right? Um, it's it's yeah, oh yeah, of course, Brooke and I are gonna do the collabs with it, but it was pretty exciting to see like the odds that you're getting too, because the odds were pretty crazy. Um, and then you can see there's obviously there's games where girl they can have 15 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, where they average like 6 each. So you can get some really good odds, and we'll do it. We'll hopefully we'll cash big time with it. Um, it'll just be something extra to do. And then we got NFL that comes. Football. Football was on and off. Um, we didn't hit that many big lottos. We came very close to hitting some really nice lottos in basketball, but I mean in football, but we didn't hit anything like crazy. Um, I'll probably go a little less odds this time around, but second half plays were pretty good. Sometimes you just got to take a chance. You got to take a chance with football, in my opinion. You got to take, the 100 plus reception yards. You got to, I think the anytime touchdowns you could really make pretty good money on too. You gotta choose the right ones. Um, you know, it'll be exciting. It'll be exciting. I want to see how we go going forward. Obviously, during football season, um, I really wasn't as big as I am now. So, November. I mean, it was towards like what November. I really picked up. So I guess we were like halfway through football season when me and Brooke hit our collab. But yeah, I can't wait for next season. Um, NBA this year was very weird. Obviously, we hit some really great parlays between the collab and you know a week after the collab, I hit another one that was plus over 40,000. The week after that, we hit more big lottos. Then obviously we hit the round robin for 50,000. So um, it had its moments, but it's towards the end of the season, you're always just like, you just want it over with. There's 1 to 2 games a day. They're obviously they're trying to play defense now. So, the unders would have cashed like crazy. I think maybe next year we'll do some more under plays. We'll take some superstars, take their unders, see how we do that way. Um, but it's all exciting stuff. But I got to remember all this stuff for next year. That's the problem. You know, I always say like with baseball, oh, I'm going to take, the guy the very next day after he screwed us. Bobby Witt. Obviously, I said, he screwed us the other day. So I mean, you knew he was going to get a hit today. Obviously, he hit a triple right away. But I'm gonna keep doing that. I gotta keep going through who screws us. Like Trent Grisham, he screwed us today. Well, guess what? Tomorrow taking him for a home run. That guy's going to hit a home run. He's easily going to get a hit. It's like guaranteed because he screwed us today. I don't even care who's pitching. Even if Gilbert's pitching, I don't even care. We're taking him home run. We're taking him for a hit. I probably won't put him back in the hit parlay because if he screws us 2 days in a row like that, but I'll take him for the home run. Who else? I think Hayes. No, Hayes got the double at the end. There's some other guys. There were some other guys that screwed us. So I'll go through the plays tonight when I get off here, and I'll write down in my notes who screwed us, and those guys will be home runs tomorrow. In 2 days. Yeah, tomorrow's limited, right? There's 3 12 o'clock games. There's a 3 o'clock game. I think there's like an 8 o'clock and a 10 o'clock. Good call. So in 2 days, 2 days that we will be taking Grisham and all the guys that screwed us. Warriors lost by 11. Oh, did you guys see fucking loser Sean Perry? He had Warriors plus 10.5. The other day he got so lucky he hit the the buzzer beater, and today the total opposite. The guy is such a, I don't even think he's betting his own money. He's just, that guy's got to be broke. Absolute joke. Absolute joke. Oh, he's so fucking annoying, that guy. Now he's trying to show, the girl from the Philippines or whatever that's in a bathing suit. Like I always said, these guys that are the influencers or, have money at one time, they start acting different when they're going broke or when they need money. So like, yeah. And it's funny because when you look up his dad, I think his net worth is like 4 to 5 million, which is like not crazy at all. Obviously, it's, net worth is pretty much what you have. So if you own a house, it's paid off, it adds to your net worth, money in the bank, investments, cars. So like he's only at 4 to 5 million net worth. There's people that actually, have, good jobs making, just say 250,000 a year. After, 15, 20 years, they invested, they did the right thing, and their net worths are double, triple that. So he doesn't have money. They live in that apartment place in Vegas. So they probably have no, like, they don't own anything. They probably don't even own a car. They don't have a house, right? They have no investment there. I would say his net worth is probably under $1 million. He's got, he's a clown. He's definitely a clown. But I always said, like, I like Ryan Garcia, right? As a boxer. But there's a time that he was like going crazy. Like every like 5 minutes he was posting shit because he was looking for that Twitter money. And you could just tell when people start changing and they, start looking for that, they'll just start posting like, Antonio Brown, he's completely broke as shit too. That's why he's on Twitter just posting random ass shit, starting shit, because he needs the Twitter money, Twitter money is keeping him afloat right now because, he's got so many lawsuits against him. He's an absolute joke. I'm watching the ESPN, Otani with a nice bomb lead off. But yes, you could see when these guys start, with that shit. Oh, the bets really. So we needed bets. We needed Smith. So who screwed us? I guess we didn't hit. I didn't even check if we hit our play, but I don't think we did because Luis Arias only had one. Oh, here's the fucking right in my face. The Trent Grisham getting robbed. That rob cost us. I had 20 on that play, so that would have been 2,000. That would have been a nice. That would have been a nice hit, but god damn it, I'm gonna get another drink real quick. Well, there's a lot of clowns on gambling Twitter. Ton of fucking clowns. Obviously, Sriracha, trying to start with me. For some reason, over and over, then calling them out and crying about it. Jeez. You've been with me already 2 years, or you have it? Oh, this one is, dude, it's comfy as hell. Let me see if I can take this off and I'll show you. I got this at, what, Raymore? I think Raymore. Let me see. I like it because it's like, you can sit like deep in as the ottoman. Yeah, this thing is definitely I'll have to get to my messages. I get probably about 50 to 100 messages a day. So I'll take a look. Yeah, sometimes I don't even go on there. I know I had like three people, for some reason messed up. I don't know what happened, but it added like one guy did a 6 month. He meant to do like 3 month. Someone did a year. Someone did 2 years. Obviously, you get the most bang for your buck, but it does cost a lot if you do it like that. Yeah, no, I sent it to Dub Club, and they said, if he wants to, I would just have to come out of my own pocket, obviously. But they said, usually what they say is wait till you get paid on it, because what can happen is if I give you the money, obviously, right, then you dispute it with your bank, they'll take that money from me. So not only, am I giving you back what you paid for the Dub Club, but then, because it happens all the time, they say, people will pay for a year, just say $300. They'll ask for the money back. The capper will give them the difference because we get charged, obviously. So I would give you the $261, and then you would just go to your bank and say, this was a fraudulent thing. They reach out to Dub Club, they get their money back, and then it takes the money back from me. So not only would I be out $261, but I'd be out an extra, $300 because they take it from the account. So they said, that's like one of the main reasons they don't give refunds, because then people do dispute it with the bank still. But then you get banned on all your, you can't use Dub Club anymore because they, one time that happened, if it happens one time, they ban people for good. Because there's people that obviously would technically do that over and over. I'm not saying you would do that, but, you have to understand there's been over 10 million subscribers over the years. So obviously there's people that would do that. Did you win today with me? I mean, we had some good winners on there, so I'm hoping you hit. At least, hoping you hit. That would, recoup a good amount of money that you put out. The plus 3,500 play was beautiful. If you played, with and without the under, you hit also the 2,100. So, if you had $5 on both of those, like 35 and 21 is 56. Um, so 560. Jeez. So that's 560. So $5 would have got you what, 280? That would have pretty much covered everything. Yeah, the late one. Ugh. Worst part is there was so many games that you could have done today. Um, Even the late one, every single what forget what game it was, but every single player on the team got a hit. It's like fuck. Like I always do that too. I always think about it like you know taking a team that is going as a shitty pitcher and just taking every single hitter on that team. There's a few games I think today that 8 out of the 9 guys got it. I think the first 8 guys got a hit and the ninth guy didn't. So imagine you just took 8 on each, 16, 16 guys right there. We'll figure it out. We'll get a nice one. We're getting close. We're getting very close every single day now. Um, I like how I'm doing like, because a lot of times like if you just go through, I feel like if you just go through FanDuel, you get kind of like stuck looking at the same shit. So I like how I'm going with Fanatics also. Yeah, and you know, I'll do another safe one like I did today. Usually that plus 3,500 that we hit. Usually I would try to, um, you know, um, I would probably try to get that up to like plus 10,000. And today we probably would have won because a lot of the shit I liked hit. But I said, let's just go with 3,500. It's a nice little hit. Gets us out of the dog pound a little bit. But it's we started the day off with the tennis. The tennis was great. Plus 334 to start our day. We hit the plus 584 parlay with the early baseball. So tomorrow we'll do like an early one like that. There's the 3 12 o'clock games. We'll probably do our dollar and a dream home run parlay. We'll do a regular home parlay for the 12 o'clock games. Then we'll do probably the 1 unit builders. I'll probably wait. I'll do the play one rollover since we hit today, but I didn't do play two. But just take that profit, take that money, and we'll do it again tomorrow. Um, so it's we'll get a few. We'll get a few good ones. Hmm. Mixture lottos, as in what, like the one that we hit today, the plus 3,500, or um, yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing WNBA today, this year. Like I said, last year we didn't do it until the playoffs, and we banged a plus 4,000 odded parlay on day one, which was which was nuts. Um, you know, I've been waiting this whole 6 7 months at least for WNBA to come back because you get really good odds, and a lot of the girls are very consistent. So you can get nice odds. We'll hit some good ones. Um, but the mixture lottos, which one? I know I was doing like the 2+ RBIs for the huge ones. We did like the one we did today, the plus 600 that we hit. We'll definitely do something like that tomorrow again, especially for the early games. But tomorrow's one of those days I feel like you don't have to push anything like crazy because I think there's only one basketball game. Hockey, I'm not even sure what there is. I didn't even look yet. Baseball, there's only what? There's five. There's 3, 4, 6 games, I think. So it's one of those. Let's just we had a nice win today. I'm gonna calculate once I get off everything. Maybe we're up 5 6 units today. I'll calculate it and try to be up again tomorrow. Hopefully we can I would love to be up like 2 to 3 units every day this week. For the rest of the week, just 2, 3 units. Nothing crazy. Be up. You know, be up 2, 3 units. End of the week, hopefully we're up like 15 to 20 units, which would be nice. We really need it after the shitty ass weekend. Um, you know, Weekend was just crazy. Was I mix like you mean mixing it like I was doing like an NBA with baseball, or was I doing um like the mega lottos like I do with Brooke? Or in general, I do like the $5 to 1,000 like that. Um, there's a few different styles that I like to run. Um, okay, so like a little, so okay, so you're probably I think you're talking more like the $5 to 2,000 or the $5 to 1,000, and I was picking from different. I was doing like one or two things from hockey, one or two things from basketball, and then like some baseball. Yeah, I'll probably run one of those tomorrow. Um, oh, we definitely are gonna smack. We've been close as hell. Um, Definitely gonna smack one. MC Betts had that really nice one he hit. Yeah, the five to 1,000. Um, let's see. So I did like 5 to 500 today. I think I did the 5 to 1,000. We weren't lucky. Maybe I'll probably go with a little safer odds. I think today I took a little chance with a little higher odds, but yeah, we'll do something. But yeah, I was glad MC Betts the other day hit a beautiful ticket. So yeah, I mean that was I didn't even tail it. And I was pissed. I spoke with him like after he hit. I was happy. I was happy he hit that. Especially you know I know he put it on his Discord for free. I'm not sure if he put it on Twitter for free. I hope he did because everyone, I like when you get hit one like that. Obviously, I don't. I put a lot of plays for free too, but I don't really do like the safer ones. Um, you know, One because if I put a plus 100 on Twitter, it hits. Nobody really gives a shit. Um, Not many people tail it. They see the odds and like, oh fuck it. So I do stick to the lottos mostly. Um, Plus, it'll really help people. I don't want to. I don't want to throw out these plus 100, plus 200, and people will not bet unit wise. They'll bet everything they have, and if it loses, they're like, "Oh man, I lost everything. Now I can't tell." Where on my Dub Club, I explain. Most of the people that are on there should understand unit management. Um, Most of the people on Twitter don't. You know, I mean, it's hard. Some random person will end up hitting something crazy. Um, the home run stuff. There's no strategy. It's just you know, the best strategy you could have literally would be taking the guy that didn't hit one the day before. um, you know, like out of like the first thing, I think out of like the 15 batters we had, like 7 of them, 6, 7 of them hit home run. Yeah, we had a lot of guys that just get hits today, hit home runs. Same with yesterday. We had Bregman for a hit, or Bregman 2+ HRRs. He hit a home run. Um, and it's funny because I looked at the guy Clemens today. He had three. He was like 3 for 25, 3 hits. He had one home run. Um, I loved everyone going against Povich. Guy gives up a ton of home runs. He's a lefty. Um, I looked at Larnach, but then I said, you know what? I said, I don't know if he's gonna do it lefty on lefty. I didn't take him. He hit a home run. There was a few other guys that I was like, I really like to hit for the home run, but I don't do a ton of them plays. I don't do a ton of them, and of course they hit a home run. But it is what it is. I gotta do better. I gotta just name one of my plays like random random losses from like the day before and just go for it. Let everyone know the only reason I'm taking this guy is because of this. No research involved. There's just this is gonna happen. He's gonna get this hit because he didn't do it the day before. But I'm going to I always have discounts. Um, what length membership are you looking for? 1 week, 2 week, 1 month, 3 month, 6 month, 1 year? What are you looking for? All right. So I could do I think I have 50% off for the month code. So instead of $40 for the month, it'll be 20 if you want that. If you want it, message me on Twitter and I'll send you the code. That's funny. Most people are on with big discounts. The only reason, yeah, no, I mean, the only reason I actually do charge for my plays is because the amount of time I put in, um, especially having 2 kids now. I mean, there's times where, I'm with my son in the room, I like to be playing with him. And instead, I'm, 3 hours on my phone putting in plays. Um, I wake up, I do the plays, I do a lot of communicating. Like I said, I probably get 50 to 100 messages a day. Um, I put in more work here than any job I've ever had. Like it's just nonstop. Um, I'm on my phone all day. Games too, like I send out my plays. I could literally probably just relax and wait for people on my Discord to let us know how we're all doing. But I'm sitting there watching every single game, and you can see it's you know pretty quick with everything. We hit something, it's boom. You know, guy screws us, boom, I send it out. Like so. But definitely message me on there. When I get off here, I'll take a look at it and I'll get the code for you. But thank you everyone for joining. I'm gonna get I'm gonna feed the 3-week-old baby, and then tomorrow, we'll get back. We'll get back on the grind. Thank you for joining on here. Thank you for helping me. Um, oh, hey, thank you. I appreciate it. Um, I mean, the NHL's coming to an end. There's not many games left. Um, we'll do what we can. You know, um, thank you very much. Yeah, he's right now we're waking him up every like 2 hours, feeding him. My wife will pump. I'll feed him, then pretty much burp him. You change him. Next thing you know, finally gets back to sleep. It's like, okay, set the alarm, 1 hour, do it all over again. But it's definitely rough. I definitely managed. Um, and Dezo, did you have the plays today? The 3500 and the 2100? But I'm definitely managing it better. Uh, we hired our cleaning lady. She needs the extra money here and there, and she's good with kids. So a couple of times a week, she'll come in the morning and feed our 3-year-old and take him to his room, play with him, help him, you know, teach him Spanish. I mean, we're teaching him anyway, but Um, it gives us time because our son, the 3-week-old, doesn't sleep. Like by 4 o'clock, he's up for the rest of the night. It's just that's how they're programmed. Like when they come out, he was like that when he was not even born yet. 3, 4 o'clock, he was going crazy, kicking around. Awesome! I'm so happy he had it. But yeah, so like by 4 o'clock, he's up. That's why like I've been doing tennis in the mornings because I can watch it. Um, but uh, but yeah, we'll hire her because like around like 8 o'clock, we can get him to sleep. But that's when our 3-year-old wakes up, and he wakes up, he's ready to go like play. So a couple times a week now, which helps. She'll stay from like 8 to 11, and it's 3 hours. Just she goes off to another part of the house. We feed the kid, then we'll feed him around like 8 o'clock in the morning, and then we'll pass out. He'll pass out to 11 o'clock. So we get 3 hours of sleep around then. Um, even though tomorrow's going to be a little tougher because I'll have to wake up at 11 and then do some plays for the 12 o'clock games. But it's all good. It's all good. I gotta adapt. Gotta adapt. Obviously, the weekend was tough, but I will do my best to keep adapting and get us our winners. Thank you, everyone who has joined on here. Like I said, I'm gonna have to skedoodle right now, get the milk ready, and I appreciate everybody, and hopefully, I can get on here a lot more over the next, time. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try. So, thank you very much for joining. Thank you for appreciate you joining, trusting my plays, and taking the time to actually come on here and type. Um, you know, thank you. I really appreciate it. So, thank you, everybody. I'll be back on hopefully tomorrow, and we will chat even more. I'll see you guys.